Okay, Master 4, Baptiste, Kiriko, Nepal. Long game that ended up being lost. One of my first games of the season after a small break. Just need areas of improvement to focus on to continue ranking up. Okay.
Let me balance you out.
Yeah, I played for a little while.
Okay. When you switch right. Okay, nice. Or wait, what happened?
Now you see me? Now you don't.
Nice land. You should. So after your cast ults like this, it's hard for the enemy team to move around, right? Because you have to be wary of his ult. After he's full health, I'll just press W and just jump up and start contesting them, which I think you eventually do, but
Yeah, that's fair. I guess with High Noon specifically, I've always been like, if I don't pocket this person, they're just gonna die. But they were getting defense matrix too, so I was being a little overly cautious.
yeah, I guess it wasn't a bad play to just heal him, but I think it'll be fine just to move forward. Yeah, especially since you have matrix. Nice, you eventually do push him out. Great.
Someone has to keep you alive. My ultimate is charging.
Okay. So, how else do you think you could position yourself differently in the last, like, 5 seconds?
I think one of the better places I could have been was their high ground on the red brick building, or even just like on the statue, just taking a different angle than main.
Yeah, so
I'm actually just really uncomfortable on most of the Nepal maps because they're just so claustrophobic most of the time.
I see, yeah. So, typically after a fight is done, you want to do damage before the fight. Pushing up here is way too aggressive because some of them are respawning. Typically, what I'll be doing is where your on is sitting, right? Because you can see them coming out through this choke. And you can either shoot at them, see where they're going, see if they're maybe, you know, going up through the right side, if you're going through main. Because right now, at this angle, you can't really see much.
Right.
Yeah, and then... Like, even now, if you rotate to where your on is, like, what your on is doing, she's, like, shooting at them as they're coming out, right? This is what you should be doing. So if you just were up here, shoot at them, and don't let them walk into this point for free. Yeah. Yeah, you should, yeah, because right now they're all just walking in this point for free, when you could have been, shooting at them.
You are completely healed.
You should kind of rotate out of the point, I think. Right, yeah, because Farrah, what she's going to do is just try to spam you guys out, right? I'll have maybe stood up here, maybe, see the Farrah shooter, or maybe even here, right? Staying on, you generally don't want to sit on the point when it's overtime, because the enemy is all going to try to get on the point. This window's okay, but how else could you have positioned it differently?
I could have gone wider on it, or depending on... I didn't even look really before I did it. It was just like last fight territory. I could have pushed out of main knowing that there wasn't anyone else there and placed it, or rotated to where Ana was and placed it where... to like the far right hand side of where the statue is.
Right, so I think this window is fine, but you should have angled it more this way, right? So that way, yeah, when they come to your main, if they get onto point, they're still in front of the window. And if they rotate like they're doing now, they're still vulnerable to your window. So this is okay, fair. But it could have been a bit better by just turning a bit. Nice. Great, okay. And you cap, okay.
Yeah. Thankfully, we're fighting for pillar control and everything.
Yeah. Okay. Or let me play it for a second. Okay. What's something you could have done differently in the last 5 seconds, besides shooting his tank?
I could have gone to the stairs on the left-hand side just to see about being able to get a view on more squishies to shoot where Diva can't actually see me.
So do you mean this position?
Yeah,
Or-
like right around this area. But either that or pushing up with my Diva, but it can be a bit dicier, I guess. I mean, I could be playing the inside of the pillars towards where the Mega is for sure.
Yeah. Here. So, the play was your second answer. Your first answer is a little bit too long to rotate, and plus you're gonna be walking in the open. So let's go back a bit. So here you're shooting. Diva hides. At this point, I'll just walk forward and try to contest the squishies here, where your Diva's trying to do. Because you standing here and just shooting a tank, you're not going to accomplish much, right? Whereas if you push up here, you could pressure their back line. Yeah, Diva. Yeah, Diva's tries to kill someone. Even now would be a good time to try to push forward. I mean, you're low. With the health pack.
Ah, that's better.
Yeah, because if you pushed up here earlier, like your Diva is contesting their entire team from this angle, right? And you're distracted. It's like very free damage right here, right? You shoot a bit, you could back out like this. But you're kind of staying in the same spot a little too long. Oh wait, what happened? Here, let's see if you do it. Okay, yeah, here I would have jumped up here and try to contest him, right? Yeah, yes, you have a soldier, but he's from a very far distance, right? He's not gonna like, hit you in one clip. And even if you get close, you can use shift, you can drop down. Because, yeah, usually you don't want to push through this left choke, but since you're already here, you should at least try to open up the angle and shoot them from above, because right now it's very hard to do damage. Yeah, right now, here I would follow your team and just go with them here.
Okay.
You're kind of staying here a little bit too long. And, okay, yeah. I mean, if you went on time, you probably would have been able to evade that, but that's fine. Push out. Okay, nice. You break out. This will be a good window. So, what's the issue with this window?
It pretty much only points in one direction.
Right, this way, right? Like here, the tank was here, you could maybe pressure out here, and then you could window right here. Because it covers the whole point, and it also covers this angle as well. Like I noticed that you're still trying to do damage, but yeah, you could have been like shooting them in the heel, But I saw you like flicking your mouse a bit, so maybe you're planning to, but yeah, you're just you could be shooting at them a bit because you could shoot, heal, shoot, heal, missing out on free damage right now. And that's what you do, shoot. It's fine, never shift. Yeah, here you could be doing the shoot heal combo a bit more. Like back here, I understand why you didn't, because you want to just focus on getting the Ana, which you do. But here it's two D.Vas, right? And they have relatively large hitboxes. So it's pretty easy to do the, or it's easier to do the shoot heal combo.
Yeah, I got too focused on trying to save a lost cause whenever the D.Va was gonna get demeched no matter what.
Yeah. Okay. I think
And then I was like, do I get squished or just fall? And I was like, well, one's a little faster.
so here, another thing you could have done is, you see them pushing through here, and you know that you're not gonna make out here. You could maybe went through this way, but this is a very nitpicky thing actually, because you would have died regardless, I think. So either way, yeah. Nice.
Let them up.
So this window's good, but
But it should be shooting
yeah,
back line.
yeah. Like let's see, yeah. So yeah, the Mercy's like hiding behind here, but you should at least try to shoot, right? Like maybe you could dink the Ana, maybe you could clip the Mercy's hitbox.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So really good window, but hard priority was Ana.
My ultimate is right. Saddle up. Step right.
Okay, let me see your next window.
My bullets. Immortality field.
Okay, let's see how you do this.
Light them up. Amplification matrix ready. Light them up.
Okay, so do you know what the issue is with this window?
Not immediately.
So it's okay, but it's easy for him to LOS it, right? Because a deal can just hide behind here. Fair can also fly up here and shoot at you guys from above. It's just, you're not really getting much value, and it's actually endangering you in some ways. Because as I mentioned, Fair can just fly up and just spam you out. So I'm not sure how this rest of the fight goes, but this wasn't a good time to window. And plus, right now what you're also doing, you're kind of stalling out the game right now, and they have the point right now, right? So you guys are just gonna be boxed in here waiting for this window, and right now they're winning because they're just keeping you guys in there. So
Yeah, it's unfortunate because we're
okay, so Sylveon, so there's three things I want you to work on. So first one is you need to off angle more often. So for example, let's go to the first point. Not here. Actually, let's go to the second. Actually, no. The first thing you should work on, the first thing you should prioritize, is you need to rotate more often. So, for example, in the first fight, you're kind of like staying here, and then I think D.Va got on the point. You just kept shooting her. But what you should have done is move forward, rotate to this position, and help your D.Va out and push her out. And there is another time this happened when you guys, alright, you guys got fair ulted from here. You should have walked here and help your D.Va out instead of just staying in the same position. Second one is kind of ties or kind of goes with the first one, where you should just off angle more often, because for the most part you're kind of behind your team. Let's see, so like here you're kind of sitting directly behind your team, whereas you could have just pushed up and off angle from here, right? So the first two kind of tie together, where you just need to rotate to where the damage is, which is typically an off angle, and deal damage from here instead of just sitting back, right? And the third thing is your windows. So you had a decent window on the very first point, I think. Oh, and then the second point here, window here. But then your other windows were kind of questionable. Like it was a little bit panicked sometimes. It could have been better. So
Absolutely.
when you window, just make sure that the enemy is either in open space, or if they want to walk out of it, they'll have to take a lot of damage, right? So here, this window was good. The first point, like I said, that was decent, but it could have been angled a little bit better. Let me just jump to like right here. And yeah, do you have any questions about what I said or any other general questions?
No, I don't think so.
Awesome. Okay. So I'm gonna have this VOD recorded. I mean, it's already recorded and uploaded, so you can review it again if you like. And if you have any other questions, you can let me know in the Baptiste thread.
Can do.
Awesome.